Listen up. Let's launch some investigations into internal Twitter guidance in the 2020 election. It could amount to election tampering, and we need accountability. You owe that to your shareholders for liability purposes. Fire all the masterminds that were behind this garbage, and most importantly, suspend this Twitter policy that was instituted for 2022 to tag every tweet that doesn't fit the narrative as misinformation. That's got to go. The clock is ticking. And to discuss this, I'm joined by litigation counsel at the new Civil Liberties Alliance, Janine Younes. Janine, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so Janine, here's the deal. Changes obviously aren't going to happen like lickety-split, just like that. And Elon Musk has already said that he won't be making any major switches until he forms a content moderation council and they vote on it. And how long that'll take, who knows? Is there a chance that this midterm misinformation nonsense policy won't be suspended in time for the elections?
Well, I think I've already seen changes on Twitter. Actually, I'm on it, and it seems that a lot of people are being let back on, and the content moderation seems to be being dissipating a bit. So I've already seen some positive changes in that direction. So I hope that before the election, it'll be even better than that. Of course, it won't happen overnight, but I think it'll be gradual.
All right. Well, yeah, some small changes are happening already. I got 8 new followers today, so that's a good sign. But some accounts that have been said they've been shadow banned are gaining massive amounts of followers, like me. Some suspended accounts are being reinstated, like Kanye. Actually, Elon Musk tweeted this today. Anyone suspended for minor and dubious reasons will be freed from Twitter jail. In your view, how fast can they make this happen?
Oh, I really don't know. I can't predict that. I guess they would have to go through everybody who's been suspended and then have to look at why. So presumably it might take some time. I'm hoping it happens quickly. I represent a lot of people who've been kicked off Twitter in lawsuits against the federal government, not the companies themselves, because the federal government has been involved in this censorship. So I know they're very eager to see their accounts reinstated as soon as possible.
Well, tell me what you think about this. You're an attorney. I'm not, so I don't know what all the liabilities could be. But maybe this whole Twitter thing going back to 2020, maybe this thing has been so weighted against fairness for so long. Maybe Elon Musk, he's an outside-the-box thinker. Maybe he could just remove everything and say, you know what, for the next 10 days, it's a free-for-all. It's a food fight. I'm letting everything go unmoderated, and then we'll take notes and we'll make our rules from there. That might be fun.
Maybe, and I'm more or less a free speech absolutist, but I can see some issues with, for instance, say, child porn or something like that.
I'm saying that's out. That's out.
So that's probably why we want some content moderation. I think that's sort of where I draw the line.
No, I'm with you on that. My point was, like, just let all the political views get out there. Let's keep morals and stuff in place. But, liberals are melting down over this. You already have these woke companies pulling their advertisements off Twitter over the Elon Musk takeover. General Motors being the first saying they're pausing their advertising as it evaluates Twitter's new direction. He hasn't even done anything. Why are people so scared of free speech?
Well, if you ask me, it's because they know that their views can't actually stand up to scrutiny and debate. So they would rather silence their opponents than, engage in debate, which is what you're supposed to do in a civil society. We don't silence people or suppress their views. We talk. That's the point of the First Amendment, which doesn't necessarily apply to private companies, although it's a little bit of a complex analysis there. But the idea is that we're supposed to be able to debate and discuss and air our views rather than silence people.
So a little more from the liberal meltdowns department. Let's listen to the cackling hens over at The View.
I think it's going to be a free-for-all hellscape. And I imagine that Trump will return to unleash his vitriol. Others that have been banned will return to unleash their vitriol. I'm always conflicted about the issue of free speech, which doesn't really even apply here because he's a private owner. Right. What we really need to think about is, why is it a hellscape? It's a hellscape because of the people that are on it and the vitriol that anonymously they think they can spew out there.
Yeah.
Well,
No, so I guess we're the problem, and I don't think she could use vitriol anymore. Jen, your final thoughts on this?
Well, again, I mean, I think it sort of taps into the same thing. These are people who are afraid to actually discuss things. I mean, if they don't like it, they don't have to be on Twitter. They're acting as though people are forcing them to be on Twitter. If they don't want to hear different views and different ideas, they can just go elsewhere.
I think that's the best idea I've heard yet. Jen Eunice, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, the rest of